It's my pleasure to be sitting in the X car with Shou Chen, founding partner of Agile VC, and. Shou is our A. Richard Newton Distinguished Innovator Lecture speaker this evening, and we have a couple of questions for you that we're doing in this unique environment today. Can you tell us a little bit about one of the big risks that you've taken in your career, either at school or past school, and what you've learned from it?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here today. Really excited. So I've had a history of taking a little bit more risk than the usual person. In fact, in my job now, it's my responsibility to be taking on risk as well as managing that. But in the past, even when I was just in middle school, I was about 14, 15 at the time, I realized that there was a huge issue in Africa, specifically in Kenya, that I wanted to contribute to. So I told my parents I was going to spend a summer there and volunteer, and that's what I did at age 14. But since then, I've taken on a number of risks, including starting my own company during my time here at Cal, and then helping Goldman Sachs build a relatively new business division, as well as now running my own fund alongside with my business partner. I think starting anything new is always taking a big risk, because it's almost like jumping off a cliff without a parachute and trying to build one on the way. So in my job now, there are risks all the time, especially in terms of how I'm spending my time. Am I thinking about strategy in the right way? And am I helping all the companies that we're working with in the best way possible?
What were some of your craziest explorations?
Yeah, one of the things that I actually explored when I was in middle school and high school was that I was training to be an air cadet and a pilot trainee under the Royal Canadian Air Forces. So I've definitely explored with things that are completely unrelated to my job now. And so I would describe my job, you can almost think of it as a T-shape, where I drill very deep into one specific area, which is focusing on helping entrepreneurs with business models, with expanding to new markets, but at the same time working also very broadly with all these different types of entrepreneurs. So very lucky that I got to both explore and exploit.
Speaking of X's, I think that's a great place to stop. It was excellent. Thank you very much for exploration and exploring with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.